Hi everyone, Scorp here, starting a new playthrough of Duelist the Roses Gemini. Today I wanted to do a playthrough using Thunder. I'm playing through the normal game, not the challenge version today, even though the challenge version would probably be a better idea, because then I would be able to go after Shizu and just farm up an entire deck from her. But to start with, we're going to start on this side. So one of the things that people asked me to do was to use Bold Escargot as a deck leader. So after I beat Taya, I'm going just to show that this deck is pretty strong. I'll use a Bold Escargot as a deck leader. Okay. That's not too hard to beat. I'm not too worried though. This deck can go extremely strong. I just wanted to show how strong this deck was before I go and grab passwords or anything. But I'm gonna need to level up a Bolt Escargot. I'll only use it until I get a dragon that I'd like as a deck leader. Because somebody else asked me to show off how strong Thunders really are. So we're going to end up with a deck that looks very much like a Shizu's by the end of this. I'm going to just face up defense this to hopefully get some experience on it. I'll get it maxed out in Custom Duel at some point after this, so I'm not too worried about it. There's pretty much nothing in Taya's deck to actually stand up to a Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. And on top of that, I have Immortal of Thunder, which all of her females are going to have a problem because they're going to be reduced by 500, and that includes the Neko Gal. Nothing is really great in this hand. I'll make a slightly better dragon. I don't really know what I want to play here. I mean, I can just play another Immortal of Thunder. That should make it very hard for her to really even play the game. Her Neko Gals will be at 900 attack on normal terrain. .900 attack is just really not much. I know I could have hit him directly, or hit her directly. Probably been... We'll do this. Oh, Spike Seedra will be fine. Rude. Well, this should have given me enough turns to actually get Bolt Escargot leveled. Exceedingly rude, sir. Bonk. Get that thing out of here. Conveniently, Bolt Escargot is one of the few thunders that are actually available in the passwords. If I remember right, so... we should be in a good place. Honestly, this deck is unbelievably strong. Compared to some of the other starter decks. It's basically the same starter deck as what's given to you in Clovis as the Thunder starter. And I have to say that it's pretty absurd how strong the cards in this deck are. As you can see, I could play a 3300 on like turn 2 with this deck, so... and we promoted the Bolt Escargot. Nothing in here is actually any bit useful to me, other than Goblin Secret Remedy. Invigoration is unfortunately not that useful for this deck. But none of the females are actually useful for us either. Although I guess the spellcasters could be considered useful. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we get ourselves a Bolt Escargot leveled. I'm going to check our deck first to see how many I can actually make. One, two, three, 4? I can make 4 of them, and I have a 5th. Like, right, I do have a 5th, right? Yeah, I do. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and put in the password for one of them, just so I can have another. I'm almost certain that this password still works, so... Figure L. Try it at least. If not, it's easy enough to get multiple copies of Thunders with this deck. One of the reasons this deck is so strong is because we have access to some really good stuff to start with. Like, really, really good stuff to start with. I want Thunder Nyan in the deck because it's really, really strong. You guys wanted this as deck leader, so I do not find this thing very cute. Fortunately for me, it's not going to be the deck leader for very long. We're going to go to this field. And I'll show you guys the setup here. Oh, I forgot to increase my summoning power again. I don't think Duelist Cargo is actually light. Yeah, it's water. Usually what I do in this deck, is go for, like, a Kaminari attack leader. I'm gonna have to save some Thunders here. Do this. I'm just going to destroy all these cards. Oops, I just messed up. Okay, that's fine. It's not that fine, but you could have seen how I made the 5th there if I just got rid of Thunder Nyan. So what you want to do at this point is you just go here and you repeatedly pass turns. Each turn you're getting 16 experience on all of your Duelist Cargos, and you end up getting a Sec Def deck leader really quickly. With 5 of them, it's 20 experience a turn. So over 100 turns, that's 2,000 experience. You only need 7,500 to level up something to Secretary of Defense. But I'll be right back when I am done with all of this, because it'll be like 3 or 4 duels. So BRB. Okay, so that got completed. We have a Sec Def deck leader now. I believe this powers down Fish or something. For the weakness, doesn't really matter. Overall, not the greatest leader powers, but it could be better, could be worse. We also, out of that, Thunder Nyan got leveled up a little bit. So one of the things that we're going to do to start with is we're going to make our deck a little better. To do that, I'm going to get myself more Thunder Nyans because the card is amazing. And I just wanted to show getting such an easy card. I know it's not leader, but Duelist Cargo isn't leader, but this is just farming. We'll start here. And we win. And this is, of course, in the slots. If you triple Thunder Nyan, you get a Regeki. Not the best card. It's pretty bad, honestly. But hey, you want to farm Regekis, this is the way to do it. Just save state, and you can make sure that you get your triples. I don't really care. I don't need them. So we'll just go ahead and take out some cards that I don't want. Leo Wizard is one of the cards I don't want. Little Chimera is not great. And we can throw in 3 Thunder Nyans. Since this card, its effect is really, really strong, especially when we're trying to crush people quickly. Next up, the next thing that you actually want in a deck like this is dragons. Conveniently, there are a whole bunch of passwords we can use for more dragons. So, I'm going to pull up my list of passwords on Game FAQs. We're going to put in some really weak dragons. This isn't necessary. It's just going to up the consistency of the deck, and consistency is good. That, and we'll just get a one-eyed shield dragon also. I mean, this is the reason that I put these passwords in, so this is what I would expect anyone to do playing this kind of deck. If I wanted to, I can really go ham here with the farming. You can really make this deck really strong with Bright Castles and such. Unfortunately, the Wethas are not great. They were great for making Volt Escargots to make that leveling process much quicker. But they are not great for actually being useful. So go ahead and save. That's about all I wanted to do to actually make the deck stronger. If you want to avoid doing those passwords, you can absolutely do that. This deck is way too strong for that. It's way too strong to need to do anything like this. I'm just doing it because I want to show how strong this archetype actually is. And to be fair, this is the strongest starter deck. Anyone who thinks otherwise, you can let me know in the comments what you think the strongest starter deck in Gemini is. But I will say, I think it's this one. He does have plenty of female creatures, so if you want to use Immortal Thunder, I definitely understand that in this duel. I just figured I'd fuse into a Kaminari attack to make my life easier. Not a great hand, but it's a hand. Unfortunately, I also have a bunch of flip effects in this deck that are going to be ruined by his leader ability. Block attack's just annoying. Weather controls in the deck entirely so that a player can just can change the field if they want to. It's better than any regular card, although it definitely could go since we have Violent Rains already. I do not have my favorite cards right now. Extra damage against fish. not very useful. We'll be slightly better against Mako for this, but I don't think we need it to be better against Mako. Well, he's gonna flip my card over anyways, so I might as well flip it myself. Ooh, more Sogen. I don't really like Sogen, but there's nothing I can really do about it. Oh, I guess there is something I can do about it now. Flip this because this animation's faster. I don't think he's gonna move yet. So I'll just leave this here. Convince him to not move. No, well, didn't matter. Oh, actually it did matter. Oh, that mattered too. Well, sir, enjoy. Okay, I also want to show off a different fusion here, because this is one that people don't always believe that exists. This is an easier way to make a twin-headed. Since there's the maximum number of thunders on the field, I might as well flip over Spikeseedra. Yikes. It was kind of rude. Unfortunately for him, standing up to a twin-headed is kind of hard for his deck, especially with my leader ability. I just run over. Type 0, okay. It's a really inefficient fusion. But I'm just gonna do it because I can. Oh, we tied. Hopefully that's not a Blackluster Soldier. It's definitely not a Blackluster Soldier. I just want to put this thing in defense. And that's game. Again, there's nothing in these slots that we want on this deck. A triple, like, twin-headed Thunder Dragon wouldn't be terrible, but I'd probably still not even put it in the deck. Okay, we'll go ahead and do one more duel. This one we're extremely favored in, so... And you'll notice we haven't even, like, gotten any extra equips or anything. We're just winning with the snail. Actually, we're just winning because we have twin-headeds. I should have summoned left first. This is a okay hand. Sparks is one of those cards that's just meant to come out of your deck. I'm going to end up putting Spike Seedra in the bottom left corner of the map. Just so it can go sit over there and do just about nothing. Hopefully it doesn't have to do something. If it does have to do something, it'll probably be lethal. Okay, so we'll just... Honestly, I should probably get rid of this Kaminari attack, honestly. So we have the ability to change the field positively for us, which is extremely good in this deck. We have 2 equips that work on our biggest creature, and we have our biggest creature is one of the biggest cards in the game. So if you're following along at home, these are all reasons this deck is extremely strong. I don't think Thunder Dragon counts as a dragon anymore for the Violent Rain fusion, which is a shame. I know it used to in... it did count that way in Forbidden Memories. So my Spike Seedra is good. I can just kind of forget about that card for the rest of the game. I don't need a second Thunder Nyan, so I'm just getting rid of these cards. Since as long as I draw a dragon, I can make a THTD. Twin-headed Thunder Dragon. It's abbreviated like that a lot in Forbidden Memories, so I figure I'll just use the same acronym. Well, unfortunately I can't make one until I have enough summoning power, but that's okay. We will work on those challenges later. As long as I don't run into a mirror wall, we should be good. Well, that is a sad flame snake. We are pretty much just running Mai over, though. Also, she does have a couple female creatures, so Immortal of Thunder. Again, not a bad effect here. Not the world's best effect, though. Again, with us having Thunder Nyan, even if I were to change the terrain with this, we'd still have the ability to move 2 spaces. But I don't really care, to do that. I'm just getting down through my cards just so that in case something bad does happen, I have more options to deal with it. Oh, she used an equip on something. Not terribly worried, so I'm just going to equip this and keep pushing through. This game's kind of over. It's just a matter of cornering her. Again, she can't move past the Spikes-Idra, so... Oh, there's a Harpy's Pet Dragon. That would be a card that I would like, if I could get one. But it's unlikely to find one in the slots. Because she's going to have polluted the slots with so many other cards. I'm going to have Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon take the lead, because it's just more powerful than Kaminari. I could have ended the duel there, actually, with Spikes-Idra. Looks like the duel's over anyways. And Spikes-Idra finished her off. Okay. Oh, Harpy's Pet Dragon is in the slots, so let's... Oh, and Mountain's in the slots. Let's make sure we get a Mountain. Okay, we got a Mountain. Let's also make sure we get Harpy's Pet Dragon. That's not a Harpy's Pet Dragon. It's right there. Okay. Now I don't care if I get this triple, so we're not going to save state for it, but we got ourselves a Harpy's Pet Dragon. We got ourselves a Mountain, two of which are actually really good. That's about as good as you're going to get from Mai, so I'm almost impressed that we got that much. Now, unfortunately, there's not too much for us to go reincarnate for. But we'll go ahead and do a reincarnation at the start of the next episode. And manage our cards. So, stop here for now. Thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.